Hi, everybody. So today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite singers. Her name is Tori Amos, and how I discovered her music, my first concert experience, and just how Tori's kind of shaped my life in general over the years. Well, first off, I found Tori's music back in 1996. I was a sophomore in high school at the time, and I got off from school, and I heard, I got off from school. I'm in my bedroom. My TV's on. Normally, it's on VH1 or MTV. Back in the day, that's how we got our music. Either you were listening to the radio or you were watching it on TV. It wasn't musically wasn't easily accessible as it is now, where you could just click a video and boom, you got it. So I had my VHS ready to record to take my jams, and lay down, and I hear this song come on VH1, and I hear this. And I wake up and I'm like, what is that? Like, so haunting, so captivating. Call the Light Sneeze just resonated with me. And I was just like, what is this song? Who is singing this? I need this. So I find out the singer's name is obviously Tori Amos. And I'm just like, okay. I need to find out. She must be somebody new. Come to find out, Tori had two previous albums, Little Earthquakes and Under the Pink, that I had never heard of before. So I never really heard Tori's music. I indirectly heard Tori's music, though, during a movie. I was watching a movie back in 1995. It's called Higher Learning. And the soundtrack had two songs that Tori did on it. One was called Losing My Religion, which was a remake of an REM song, and also a song called Butterfly, which they played at the end of the movie. That is still one of my favorite songs. Another beautiful song by Tori. So, I'm listening to all this Tori music and I'm so into it. Well, my sophomore year, I was at a different school than I was my freshman year. I was probably at about 8 or 9 different schools through the course of my elementary, middle school, and high school years because my family moved around a lot. And I was at the school I was currently at. I was just not liking life there. All my friends from my freshman year at a different school is where I wanted to be. And I got the opportunity to be able to go back to my other school because my mom was like, oh, we have a family friend who you can stay with. So I was like, awesome. So I go stay with this family friend, okay? And it's summertime, before junior year starts. And they were a very religious family. So there was no music that was not of God or gospel music played in their household. So obviously there was no Bush, no TLC, no Doubt, no Tori was being played in their home. And of course, when they got wind of Tori, they saw the CD cover and saw Tori had a pig suckling at her teat. That was a no-go. They're like, oh, she's demonic, and there was the song Father Lucifer was on the album. So it was like no Tori. So I'm just like, oh. So I would listen to Tori at my friend's home. So I introduced them to Tori. At the time, two of my really good friends, Billy and Baker. I kind of, bought my Tori CDs over, and they were so into Tori. They were all about it. They were like, we love this. So they're jamming out to Tori and everything. And we're all loving Tori. Also, our friend Glenn at the time. Glenn also, he liked Tori. And another friend of ours, his name was Zach. Zach was always on trend. Zach already knew about Tori, had the CDs, has been a fan. And the concert that I'm going to talk about that I attend in the future, he already had tickets and already knew what was going on. Zach was always on trend for like trendy things. So Tori, we're all jamming out to Tori, and then we find out that the Dewdrop Inn tour is coming to Lafayette, Louisiana, where we live. So we're just like, oh, we got to get tickets to Tori, right? So the weekend before the tickets go on sale, so I go sleep over at my friend Billy and Baker's house, and me and Glenn ended up sleeping in while Sean and Billy went to go get tickets. So me and Glenn wake up later on, and we're just like, oh, we're gonna go get tickets. So we go to the venue, and there's only balcony tickets that are like left, and I'm just like, I'm not sitting in the balcony. I was like, plus I'm not even supposed to be able to go to this show, so maybe this is a sign. I didn't get a good seat, so maybe I'm not going to go. So there we go. Well, fast forward. I'm at school, and this is a couple days before the show. One of my friends, Vanessa's like, hey, I hear you like Tori. I was like, yes, I love her. she's like, well, a friend of ours canceled. We have an extra ticket. And would you like it? I was like, how much is it? She's like, face value. Come to find out, this ticket is second row center. Okay. I'm like freaking out because I'm so here for it. My friend Billy's ticket was actually, Billy Biggers was actually like in row T or row S or something. And my friend Zach, he was also back in that area with his friend Ian. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be like second row center. So I was like, I gotta get the money. So I can't tell the family I'm living with what I'm doing, you know. And growing up as a kid, I was kind of like the perfect child. I didn't lie, I didn't get in trouble, I didn't do anything I wasn't supposed to. Like, I could literally leave, go sleep at a friend's house, and not call and tell my mom. Call my mom the next day, and my mom was completely okay with it because she knew I wasn't gonna do anything bad. She wasn't worried, oh, he's dead in a ditch or he's doing something he's not supposed to. Not at all. So my dad would get upset about that. But so I had to lie to them. I lied and I told them. I felt so bad. I told them I was going to Louisiana Ice Gators game in Baton Rouge, and that was the money I needed for the ticket. So I got the money, got the ticket. You know, I ended up riding with me, Billy, and Glenn ended up riding to the show. We get there, and there were some other friends from other schools. Like my friend Amelia was there. My friend Audrey was there, and it was just nice seeing them. And Zach actually got to take a picture with Tori. He waited out front by her trailer and ended up getting to meet her and take a picture. And I was just like wow, like I didn't even think about it at that time. Eventually I get to meet Tori. That's coming here in this story. But anyway, so you know, we get there, we're second row center, we're sitting there, and my friends are back in like row T and row S, you know, we're like in row B. And it's funny because my friend Billy is like sticking me the bird. He's just like, and I'm like, during the intermission, I'm like throwing so much shade. I was like, I'm so close, Tori can sweat on me. And they're just like, I can't believe you. I was just like, oh, the show was so awesome. She opens up with Beauty Queen and Horses. And I was just like, wow, that really set the tone. And later on, another song she did was Love Song by The Cure, which is like a remake, which is awesome. And then she did a song that I had never heard before called Honey, which was a B-side from one of the first two albums. And I was so here for it. When I was like, Honey is like my jam. So I was loving this song because I never heard it before, and it sounds so awesome live. If you guys have heard Honey, it's an awesome song. Well, she continued doing more songs, and then she did Precious Things, which is pretty much a staple. Everybody loves Precious Things. So I'm like, I'm getting my life. I'm like, oh, you know, Precious Things. And it was followed by my absolute favorite, Call a Light Sneeze was next. So it was just like, oh, I'm like in complete bliss, you know. And she also did Me and a Gun, which is a very emotional song about a traumatic period in her life where Tori was raped. And that was everybody got quiet. It was very deep, very emotional. And, you know, she ended the show, and it was just awesome. Really, just a really great experience. And then my friend Billy, I remember when we were in line, he was like, I'll give you $150 in my ticket, and I'll give you something else. Just switch seats with me. And I was like, nah, buddy, I'm not happening. I'm experiencing this. So that was pretty awesome. So it was cool. My first Tori show, and then sharing Tori with my friends and making them fans of her music was really awesome too. And then later on, like when I actually got to meet Tori, I had joined the military after I graduated from high school, and I ended up getting stationed in England, Cornwall, Newquay. And the job I was doing out there, just so I'm not talking about military classified stuff, because the job I did was classified. Let's just say I monitored things underwater. That's what I did. So we had a watch floor with a surround sound system where we would play music while we're on the watch floor sometimes while we're doing our job, you know. Excuse me. And the watch team always liked for me to pick music because I had such an eclectic musical taste. I'd always play something that somebody would like. It wasn't all the same genre of music. Literally, I'd be all over the place. It would be Mariah Carey, Jimi Hendrix, Frank Sinatra, to No Doubt, to Spice Girls, to Garth Brooks. I was just all over the place with the music, and they liked that aspect. And one day I decided to do just a mix of Tori's music. That was a no-go. Everybody was like, nah, we don't like this, except one person. This girl, her name's Erin. And Erin's like, Suede came on. She goes, you like Tori? I was like, yes, you know. She says, that's my favorite song. So we started talking, and then we decide we're going to go see Tori during this tour she was doing at the time, which was the Original Sensuality Tour. And we got tickets, second row center tickets to her show in Glasgow, in Scotland. And we went, and it was just so awesome. Erin was pregnant at the time. We went really, really early to the event so we could do a meet and greet because back then, you know, Tori came out and met her fans. We took pictures. We met her. I actually bought her a piece of jewelry, and I wrote her a long letter, put it all in a bag because I knew when she came up I was gonna freeze, not be able to speak, which I did. Got a really great picture, but didn't really get to talk. And notice how she writes on her hand like people make requests for songs. Obviously, I Wanted Hotel wasn't gonna happen because she didn't have the band. So my friend Erin, she wanted Suede. Don't have the band, not getting Suede. But doing this show, we got some really awesome songs that she ended up performing. We got Cooling, which we finally got to hear it like live and you know, in concert by her, and it was awesome. But one of the songs in the middle of the show that she performed, she specifically played it. One of the guys was like, that's for your friend. She's played that song for your friend. And it's called Ruby Through the Looking Glass because my friend Erin was pregnant. And this is a song that Tori wrote when she was pregnant with her daughter Natasha. And it's such a beautiful song. And it was really cool. Like the connection, and I wasn't very familiar with the song. I just remember going, oh wow, that's a beautiful song. I ended up finding out what the song was after the set list and everything came out. We went online and saw what it was. I was like, oh, Ruby Through the Looking Glass, that's the song. But the show was really great. Got to meet Tori, and then we find out later on, like, she lives in Cornwall. She lives where we live at in England, and we ended up running into her at the butcher, the same meat person that we use. And I was just kind of like I'm trying not to freak out, you know, but she's just so nice and so personable as a singer and an artist. There's some singer artists that you meet and they're just, what's the word? They're not nice, okay? And Tori is definitely nice, and her fans are just, some of the people I met, I really wish I could have reconnected with them, but this was not the time of Facebook and all that, where it's easy to just meet people and exchange information and stuff, you know, so... Yeah, but this is one of my Tori stories. I have many because I've met so many great people and I've been to so many shows. So I'll probably make some more videos if you guys want me to talk some more about Tori. But thanks guys for watching. If you want, subscribe and watch my videos. Thank you. Bye.